Dear students, very good morning. Welcome back to Management Entrepreneurship for IT Industries. Myself, Professor Subramanya Bhagwat, your Computer Science Coordinator. Yesterday's class, we have studied in detail about these things. Yesterday's class, what is the management, definitions of management, and nature of management, characteristics of management. There we studied about goal-oriented group efforts. All these things we have studied. Next very important question, examination point of view, and next very important thing is management function. Last class, I was explaining about Kaizen. Am I right? Yeah. Kaizen is a Japanese word. When Japan lost everything because of that one management technique, Kaizen, it has improved like anything. So that Kaizen means continuous improvement, small improvements, small continuous improvements, small habits will make a big success. Same way, we should have some functions of management. What is the functions of management? Clearly, please observe these things. This is a very important question, examination point of view. Management functions or same questions can be asked as process of management. It contains a planning, organizing, stopping, directing, controlling, innovations and representations. First thing is planning. What it does? Plan. Suppose you see here, morning we do to-do list. Am I correct? Yeah. It says what to do. That's nothing but a planning. Planning is the primary functions of management. No doubt at all. What it contains? Planning. Defining a vision and mission to make the education purposeful, meaningful, enjoyable. That is our motto. That's our vision. Am I right? That's nothing but a planning. Defining organization, vision and mission is very important thing in planning. Next very important thing is setting a goals. Setting a goals and objective strategies. What are our main objectives? Stating that thing is nothing but a planning. Then plan of action to achieve goals. We have to plan some actions to achieve that. Now what he says, it is looking ahead, preparing for the future. It determines in advance what should be done, what to do today, tomorrow what to do. Should be planning, timetable. That's nothing but a planning. It is consistent determination of future course of action. This involves determination why to take action, what actions, how to take actions, when to take actions. All these things it contains. Planning involves determination of specific objectives. What are the main objectives? And how to achieve that things. Programs, setting policies, strategies, rules, procedures, preparing a budgets. All these things contains planning. Planning is a function which is performed by managers at level. Yeah, managers level. Attender cannot plan. Manager should make, or top level or middle level or supervision level planning should be done. Plans made by top management for the organization as a whole may cover periods as long as 5 to 10 years, 5 to 10 year plannings. Whereas plans made by low level managers covers much shorter periods. Low level managers also can shorter periods, day periods and all. Now you see here, planning involves the steps like a selection of goals for the organizations. While planning, we have to be very careful. What is the goal? Okay, what is our goal? Selection of goals for the organizations. Second point, establishment of goals for each of the subunits and establishment of programs for achieving goals. All these things contains planning. Second point is organization. What is organizing? That's one of the very important question. What is organizing? Organizing may be referred as the process of arranging and distributing the planned work, authority and resources among an organization's members so they can achieve the organization's goals. Organizing involves the functions, following steps, what I call following steps in organizing. What are the steps in organizing? Creating a structure of organization is one of the important things. Next is making organizational design decision. Next is making a job design decision. All these things contains organizing. Next point, here organizing is the distribution work in group wise or section wise of effective performance. Just now I told you. For example, you are the manager, okay, you are the manager, and few people are working under you. You have to distribute the work. Who is expert in which work, who can do which work, you have to distribute. Once the managers have established the objectives and developed a plans to achieve them, they must design and develop a human organization that will be able to carry out those plans successfully. Organizing involves what it involves? Organizing, dividing the work into convenient tasks, duties, grouping of such duties in the form of positions, grouping of various positions into departments and sections, assigning duties to individual positions and delegating authority to each positions so that the work is carried out as planned. According to Kunj O'Donnell, what it says, organization consists of conscious coordination of people towards a desired goal. One has to note that different objectives require different kinds of organization to achieve them. Example, an organization for scientific research will have to very different from manufacturing authorities, manufacturing automobiles. So what he says, organizing clearly understood, creating the structure of organization first, making organizational design decisions and making a job design decisions. Next, very first one, we have completed a planning. Next one is organizing. Next is stopping. What is stopping? As designed in organizational structure, main purpose of stopping is to put a right people in a right job. Okay. Marginal function of stopping involves manning the organizational structure through proper and effective selection, appraisal, development of personnel fill the roles of designed structures. What I call stopping, okay, come to the point, stopping. Please observe in examinations and all these key points, what I call planning, organization, stopping, that all should be there in evaluation scheme. So, all should be there in the answer sheets. Stopping involves managing various positions of the organization structure. It involves selecting and placing the right person at the right position. Staffing includes identifying the gap between manpower required and available, identifying the sources from where people will be selected. Selecting people must be trained, fixing the financial compensation and appraising them periodically. The success of organization depends upon the successful performance of staffing functions. So, staffing involves some steps. What are the steps? First one is manpower planning. We should have clear plan about manpower planning. Second one is recruitment, selection, not only recruitment, after selection, then placement, then training and development. After once he is placed, we should be able to train and develop him. Training and development, then remuneration, promotion and transfer. Promotions and transfer. Next is what I call directing. That's nothing but a leading. As the structural development of an organization becomes a complex with an increasing need for coordination and control, leadership is necessary. Am I right? Leadership is necessary to lead the people for achieving the common goal. No doubt at all. Leadership is to create, leadership should produce leaders, not followers. Leadership is to create a harmony among the individual efforts to collectively work towards the organizational goals. Am I right? Leading entails directing. As leading a word comes, there's directing is that's nothing but influencing. That's a motivating employees to perform essential tasks. It also involves the social and informal sources of influence to inspire others. Effective managers are leaders. I call effective managers are leaders. They lead subordinates through motivational continuously. What I call leading involves these steps. Supervision. Should able to supervise, able to do supervision. What I call others are doing their work perfectly or not. If it is not there, motivate them. Motivation, then leadership and communication. These are all the important things in directing. Next comes controlling. What is controlling? Controlling involves measuring performance against goals and plans, helping correct deviations from standards. Controlling spans across areas like operations, compliances with company policies and other regulatory policies, including many other activities with organization. Controlling involves the steps like establishment of standards, measure of actual performance, compare actual performance with standards and corrective actions. But controlling, what it says, planning, organizing, you should be able to planning, organizing, stopping, and directing are required to realize organizational objectives, no doubt. To ensure that the achieved objectives conforms to the pre-planned objective, control function is necessary. What we have planned, what is our objective, whether we are satisfying our objective or not, whether we are getting the what is our expected statement, what we are getting, both are same or not. That both has to become same means we should have a controlling. Control is the process of checking to determine whether or not, okay, proper progress is being made towards the objective and goals, acting if necessary to take correct decisions. Control involves these elements actually. What are these elements? Controlling involves these steps: establishment of standards. Next one is measure of actual performance, like weekly improvement progress report. Some institutions, organizations will take weekly, monthly basis. So these are all the things very important. Compare actual performance with standards. What is expected, what we got, both are matching or not. Then corrective actions, some measurements, what are changes we have to do. Then all these things will be there. Next 2 points, innovations and representations. Innovation, what is innovation? Innovation means creating a new ideas which may be either results in the development of new product or finding a new users for the old ones. New users we have to find for the old ones. That's called innovation. Managers who invents a new product is an innovator. We call it as innovator. A salesman who sells, but the innovator who will identify who innovates their things. One has to note that innovation is not a separate function but a part of planning. It's a part of planning. Next is representation. Manager has to spend a part of his time in representing his organization before various groups which have some stakes in the organizations. A manager has to act as a representative of a company. He has dealing with the customers, suppliers, government officials, banks, trade unions, like this. It is the duty of every manager to have a good relationship with us. So representation is also one of the important things. So what we have studied now, these important points you should remember: management functions, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, innovation, and representation. This is a sure question for internal and external examinations. Next is goals of management. What is our goal? We should know very clearly. Management seeks to achieve a certain objectives which are the desired result of any activity. They must be derived from the basic purpose of the business. In any organization, there are different objectives, and management has to achieve objectives in effective and very efficient way. Objectives can be classified into organizational goals. What's our organizational goal? Mission statement. Vision statement should be very clear. Always remember, this should be in the 3 category. Any organizational goal should be in the 3 category. First one is survival. Second one is profit. Next one is growth. Survival. The basic objective of any business is survival. Management must try to ensure the survival of the organization first. Second one is profit. Make sure that profit should be done. Then growth. Growth should be there. Then social goals. Organizational goals, we have studied survival, profit, and growth. Social goals. It involves the creation of benefits for society. As a part of society, even organization, whether it is business or non-business, has a social organization to fulfill. This refers to continuously creating an economic value for various constituencies of society. Like you start a company, you are giving job to these things, people, and some product to a society. Then personal goals. Organizations are made up of people who have different personalities, backgrounds, experiences, and objectives. They all become a part of organization to satisfy their needs. So you see here, when individual person is happy, then definitely you will do a lot of things to a institution. So our main is personal goals also we should take. Like persons, okay, for example, sales institution, they will motivate him to do some more sales and you get promotion. For personal goals, promotion purpose, he will do more sales. So institution that also will grow. So goals of management, personal goals also should be, personal is promotions also should be taken care. Then next very important question is roles of a manager. What are the roles of a manager? Remember, this is also one of the sure question. Roles of manager. There are three categories: interpersonal roles, information roles, and decision roles. Interpersonal roles. Okay, there we have to highlight these 3 points: figurehead, leader, and license. Roles of a manager, when he say information roles: monitor, disseminator, spokesperson. These keywords are key points. Please remember that. Decision roles: entrepreneur, disturbance handler, resource allocator, and negotiator. Now, next very important points. Okay, I will explain. Okay, one by one. Like an interpersonal role. What is that interpersonal role? Okay, the role of concerned with is interacting with people, both organizational members and outside. That is called interpersonal roles. There are 3 types of interpersonal roles are there. First one is figurehead role. Okay, what is that? He has a social, ceremonial, and legal responsibilities. Figurehead role says, in this role, manager has to perform duties of ceremonial nature, such as attending social functions of employees, taking an important customer to lunch, and all. Then next is leader. Leader role. Leader's role involves leading the subordinates, motivating and encouraging them. Then is license. What is the license role? Manager serves as a connecting a link between his organizations and outsiders. Managers must cultivate contacts outside his vertical chain to collect information of which is useful for his organizations. Next is information role. Information roles. Okay, first one is a monitor. What is that? Information role involves 3 types of these things. First one is a monitor, next is disseminator, next is a spokesperson. What is that monitor? In this monitoring role, manager continuously collects information about all the factors which affects his activities. Such factors may be within or outside organization. He is continuously monitoring that thing. So it's called monitor. Then disseminator. In the disseminator role, manager processes some of his privileged information to his subordinates who otherwise not be in the position to collect it. That's called disseminator. Next is spokesperson. As a spokesperson, manager represents his organizations while interacting with outsiders like customers, suppliers, financiers, government, and other agencies of the society. Next is decisional roles. Decision role, entrepreneur. Yes, no doubt at all. As an entrepreneur, manager assumes certain risks in terms of outcome of an action. Manager constantly looks out for new ideas and seeks to improve his unit by adapting it to dynamic environment. Next is a disturbance handler. In this role, manager was like a firefighter. Manager contains the forces and events which disturbance normal functioning of his organization. The forces and events may be employee complaints, grievances, strikes, shortage of raw materials, etc. He is able to handle that things successfully. That's called disturbance handler. Next is a resource allocator. What is that resource allocator? Disposing the available resources in the organizational project according to the requirement. According to the requirement, he is allocating. That's called resource allocator. Last one is what I call a negotiator. What is negotiator? In this role of negotiator, manager negotiates with all various groups in the organizations. Such groups are employees, stakeholders, they are outside agencies. So roles of manager, these three points: interpersonal roles, information roles, and decision roles. This should be very clear. Okay, next class we will be studying next questions. Wish you all the very